Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Alex, and welcome to class. If you haven't been in one of my classes before, let me introduce myself. My name is Alex Cooper, and I teach the computer classes at the Columbia County Library in Evans, the Harlem Library, the Uchi Creek, now Grovetown Library, yay, with the new Grovetown building and everything. And right now we're staying home and keeping safe, of course. So we're doing all our classes virtually here on our YouTube channel. So very glad that you're here joining me this afternoon. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to cover a little bit. So this is kind of the, I believe, fourth class. I have to look at the thing here because it kind of all talks about photography. Okay. So this kind of wraps up we did our photography taking pictures. And that video should still be up and available too. We covered that. We also covered getting the pictures off our camera, organizing them with the Photos app that is included with Windows 10, of course. And then we also talked about editing our photos more with Photoshop, a light program like GIMP. And we edited a bunch of blemishes off of that, fixed old photos, and also talked about using layers for composition and all that. So now we're going to talk about printing our pictures. And this is a little bit of a new class. So half of this will be kind of talk about printing, which we used to cover in some of the other classes. And the virtual scrapbooking used to be with the Photoshop like GIMP software class, the advanced photo editing. But now we pushed it to its own class so we can talk about it more. And then in that class, we can talk about layers. So it's a little bit of a new class here. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So I'll go ahead and tell you, please feel free to ask any questions or anything and post stuff into the chat. It may take me a minute or two to get in there to actually answer any questions. So do realize there's a little bit of delay between posting there and me answering, but I will get there, I promise. So the big question I always want to ask is, how can I help? Okay. What questions do you have? Now, if you are watching this in a replay, this is one of the benefits of coming to one of our live classes because you can ask me questions and I can reply, of course. So let's talk about some of the other classes we have coming up this week, and then we'll have our new calendar coming up near the end of the week. So these are some of the classes, and I'll disappear so you can see. These are some of the classes that we did this month. Those classes are still up and available here on our YouTube channel. One of the ones that let's talk about the ones we're going to be doing tomorrow. So of course today is photography printing and virtual scrapbooking. Like I said, that is part 4 class. And the class we're going to do tomorrow is technically the 5th photography class. So we have 5 photography classes that I recommend taking them all because they just kind of build on, of course, the photo basics class, talking about taking pictures, using our camera, taking better photos, even if you're using a cell phone camera too. And we also talk about rule of thirds and all kinds of fun stuff there. The photography fundamentals and cloud backup class, taking our pictures off our camera, organizing them on our computer, and also backing them up to the cloud, where we actually use the Google photo service, which is free. We also talk about taking pictures of old, or scanning with our cell phones the old pictures and working on them too. And then the advanced photo editing class, we use the GIMP software to remove blemishes from a picture, work on fixing an old photo, and also with our new part, working with layers so that we can actually do things like whiten someone's teeth. I'm not 100% sure what it's called, but one of those where everything's black and white and only one thing is like in color. I'm sure there's a fancy name for that. I'll have to look that up. But but we actually show how to do that, and that class is still available. Now, tomorrow is the 30th. Can you believe it? We've come to the end of September, haven't we? And I just realized that says August at the top. I wonder how long I've actually been talking about that, and it's been saying August. That's funny. Okay, so that actually is supposed to be saying September. Okay. That's funny. Oh, hang on a second here. All right. Boom. We'll fix that real quick. Okay, so that's our September classes that we did. And what we have coming up is the 30th. Can you believe it's the last day of the month? Is tomorrow. And at 11 o'clock, we're going to be doing the cord cutting basics of cord cutting. The really fun thing about that is exciting things to talk about it, which is the new Peacock service. And also we'll be talking about the cool part is that Roku is actually going to start carrying the Peacock service as well, and there's a free version of that. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Antennas, all kinds of fun stuff. And then in the afternoon, we'll be talking about creating videos and editing basics. We're going to be using the Photos app that came with Windows, which also now has a video editor. This used to be part of our photography fundamentals class, and now it gets its own class because talking about video editing and creating videos and slideshows and all that stuff from photos and from videos and stuff. And I'll be editing some videos. And then on Thursday, which is October 1st, we're going to actually be doing a Raspberry Pi and Computing Basics class at 11 a.m. So come join me for that. We'll be doing a Raspberry Pi project. There's about 2 of them I'm thinking about doing, and we'll see if we have time to do both of those. So join me for that. That'll be live, and it'll be fun. And then the afternoon, we're going to be doing library resources and apps, including talking about the new Libby audiobooks and eCloud app for the library to get free audiobooks and free ebooks. That's the first day that the big switchover is going to happen. So we might even be doing that together. We'll have to see. So we'll be talking about that. Yes, our libraries are open with limited services and hours. Curbside holds pickup is available. You can go to gchrl.org for details or call the library Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates. Okay. Also let you know we're doing a subscription drive on our YouTube channel. Please hit subscribe. If we reach 100 subscribers, we get our own YouTube address. If you are having problems finding our channel, just search YouTube for GCHRL videos and it'll pop right up. Okay. So let's go back to what we're going to talk about today, and I'll come back to. So this is a little bit more of a free-form class. I'm going to be talking about different ways that we can print and also talk about photo books and some ways that I've actually printed and saved money as well. Most of the stuff I'm just going to be talking about is either stuff I've heard good things about or things that I've used in the past or even printed, companies I've printed with before. So we'll be talking about the free stuff. We'll also be talking about, and then we'll get into making an actual virtual scrapbook, and we're going to use the website.com, walmart.com to be able to do that because we don't have to log in or anything and upload our pictures. And we'll look at all our different options with that. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull up our links here. So does anybody have any questions to begin with? Little side note too, to make to like, subscribe, or even to make comments, you do need to be you do need to be logged into YouTube to be able to do that. So do realize to ask any questions, you do have to be logged in. Okay. Okay. So, and I click my thing, and hold on. It's thinking about it. Okay. Okay, so like I said in the previous class, we talked about all kinds of different ways. Let me ask you this. What are the ways that you print? Now, with the fall coming up, these actually could be used as really good gifts. So a part of this, talking about the virtual scrapbooking, of course, now is a great time to go ahead and get these ideas together, get your pictures together, even directly from your phone and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the link things here. So here's just kind of a general links that I'm going to kind of go through a little bit. And like I said, we're going to do the photos and walmart.com. A big one about printing our photos in general is trying to get them to, if you do want to print them at home, I will tell you this from personal recommendation for myself, I would recommend basically either sending them to be printed, which I'm going to show that in a little bit, using the Google Photos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the print app that comes with Windows, and we'll show that about printing, and we'll also talk about how to print with the Avery labels and stuff. Okay, so and then I'll talk about sending the photos using Google Photos as our plan. Okay, and then we'll talk about virtual scrapbooks. Okay, so then I'll talk about some of the free stuff, which I'll show some of the free now stuff as well. Okay, so here's some of our links that we're going to talk about. Like I said, you can not only use photos as a project, but you can also use it as a gift as well. Okay, so the part about this class kind of came about was we learned about taking pictures. We learned about taking better pictures, uploading our pictures to our computer, backing them up to the cloud and everything, or directly from our cell phone or something, and then being able to actually get them as like a present. So you've done everything, edit them a little bit, and now you're actually ready to print them out, use them as a gift or anything. And in the previous class, I did show off. Let me show that real quick. So I feel like that's kind of a... Anyway, I'll pull that up. It's actually where you can go and get a... Hold on, let's see. It's where you can actually get a collage made. And that is... Let me show that real quick. And hopefully this will give you some good ideas too. So this is called photocollage.com. Okay, and I'll just do this really quickly because I did show this in the fundamentals class with the cloud backup. But not only, since we are talking about printing, so being able to have a picture, having it ready, having it to be what you want it to. So I'll show you how I can, where's my thing here? Oh, where's the thing? There you go. So, let me find my pictures real quick. That's not what I want. Okay, so if I just choose maybe a few pictures here, they're on here, and then you'll get the feel. It has some auto collage settings, so you can just click here and it'll kind of create some auto collage. The idea of this is to basically take this and print it out. It's about 8x10 is what I recommend. If you get any larger than 8x10, it can cost more. Most CVS's, pharmacy places, Walmart can do that, you know, pretty quickly within about an hour or so. And you can also use a lot of the machines to do that too. So with that, with even $1 frame, you can give somebody something special that they'll have for a long time. And with this website, it makes doing that very quickly. Like I said, you can do this with some of the machines, but I will tell you this, using the machine, the big thing is that you'll get there and someone's, I won't say hogging the machine, but they're using it because they just brought them in the pictures. They're going to sit there, they're going to edit their pictures, change them around the way they want to. And with this, you can spend your time doing it at home on this website and then uploading it, and you can rotate them any way you want. And it has a lot of options, and it's completely free, and it doesn't try to make you subscribe to anything or anything. It has more directions here at the bottom. And as you see, hopefully this will give you some ideas. And like I said, the more pictures you add, the more fancy some of the ways that they organize stuff can be. Let's see, this one, like that one needs more pictures. It even tells me that. This was kind of neat. And then you can kind of move it around a little bit. But hopefully that will give you some good ideas. Okay. If we keep going, it shows a whole bunch. This is a really neat one here. This is interesting. This is the person and then places they've been. And I guess their interest maybe. That's kind of interesting. This is one that looks just kind of fancy. Now, the reason I really like this is one of the things is, have you ever gotten one of those where, and I actually still have one of those. Maybe I should bring you here and show you that it has not been worked on. And it's one of those where I believe I got it at Walmart, and it's actually made for more or less black and white photos to be kind of fancy. But it has the cutout or the layout. But some of the pictures are small, of course. Some of the pictures are large. And trying to spend even the time to try to arrange that, to get them printed, to then cut them out, to get it to fit in there, it still seems like, you know, a lot of work. Where something like this, you could do it, okay, it wants more pictures to be able to do that one, but you can kind of see it. But to do this, you see, you upload your pictures, you click a few times, and then boom, you get a whole bunch of stuff going on. I wouldn't say I put this many pictures on here, but usually kind of like this, and I would set the background as maybe a picture in itself. Let's see, where's my, it's got a button in here somewhere, it says background. No, hang on. Swap photos, it has a lot of options on there. You can also add text as well. Yeah, I thought there was a background button on here. Anyway, it's on here somewhere. Anyway, it'll instantly just take a picture, make it a background, and they also have a, where is it? There you go. The cool part about it is that they also have some pre-made pictures too that you could use and kind of line those up as well, okay, to give you lots of ideas. I actually like this one here. There's a whole bunch of different options on here, as you can see. It's even a zebra print. But I kind of like this one. All right, I don't know, it's good. And then imagine that like an 8x10, and you can fill in the pictures, and it gives it some really good touch. Makes it look really good. Now, if you want to download the picture, you just go up here to Collage, and you say Save Image, and it actually will let you download it. And we'll say, I'm going to say Collage New. How about that? Mostly I'm showing this to you because a lot of these things, they'll actually make you like sign up or give an email address or something. I want you to know that you do not have to do that at all. Okay, so that's kind of making a collage. So that's one of our settings here. Like I said, a lot of the kiosks will do that. Just a little bit of tip with the kiosks. It was about a year or so ago that I was actually printing out something, and one of the things was I plugged my phone in, but I had a ton of pictures on my phone. So actually scrolling through the touch screen took a long time. Okay, you may hear the wind outside. It's blowing very, very much outside. It's sunny. It may rain. I haven't checked the weather, but just realize if you hear a lot of wind. Anyway, so not just coming from me, being full of hot air. Okay, so anyway, so we have the thing there. I'm working on the kiosk, and it is kind of slow. So one of the things I actually did was I actually pulled my phone out. I scrolled forward, and I found the pictures I wanted. It showed the newest pictures first, and then it would show the rest of them. So what I did was I actually scrolled through my phone, and then I basically did screenshots of the pictures I really wanted. So basically resaving them, and because those were like new pictures, it put them at the top. So when I plugged my phone back in and I pulled it up, it actually would pull up first the pictures I did the screenshot of, because those are the most recent pictures. Do you see? So it made using the kiosk a lot quicker. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about home printing, and we'll actually go to Okay, so what we want to do is we look at our photos. So in our other class, we talked about our Photos app a little bit. Okay. Hang on, I'm getting to pull up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open an album I've created in the previously. Okay, so this is the Windows Photos app. It comes free with Windows. Okay. Now the really big thing about this, of course, number one, it comes free, and we can actually use it in the tomorrow. We'll actually be using the video editing part. Okay. And it's already kind of made a slideshow with the album that we made. We talk about albums in the other class. Okay. So we're just going to pick a picture. Let's say I really like this photo right here, and I want to print it. So I'll go up here and I click the picture and I actually click print, and let's see what our options are. Okay. So first, like I said, we're going to talk about home printing, and then we'll talk about virtual printing, and then uploading our pictures, and then we'll talk about our virtual scrapbook stuff. Okay. Okay, so right now I'm actually not connected to a printer. It actually is just going to put it to a PDF. So remember, we're just kind of talking about this. So here we are. It's in the landscape mode. This is your normal print size, the 8x11. Okay, if you do use different paper for some reason, that's the issue with that. Now, it will talk about the photo size. Okay, now here's your 8x10. Boom, there's your 8x10. Now, again, why do I talk about the 8x10? 8x10 is usually a pretty easy picture frame to find, and you can print it on your home computer if you want to. I still would recommend you print it on a photo printer to make it look really good. Okay, but it's something that you can print out easily. It's pretty large, you know, it's about that big right there, and it's not too cumbersome or anything like that. Again, the time you're actually putting in is the loved one, friend, or family member that you're putting the time in to get the pictures together, looking through your pictures, picking out the ones you want. And like I said, with the photo collage thing that we just demonstrated, I very easily could have opened that and then boom, you know, so and open it that way and print that way. Okay, so we're going to print that photo collage, you know, on our computer, of course. Put it in a frame, give it as a gift. Trust me, they'll like it. They'll keep it forever. Okay. All right. So, what's our paper on here? Excuse me. Our, what do we want to do? Yeah. Here's our fit. Okay. Shrink to fit. Here's our size as well. Now you can see that if you're just going to try to, you know, 4x6. Now this is the issue. We're about to talk about this. If you actually go by photo paper, how do we print on the photo paper? Well, we're going to talk about that. Here's 5x7, 4x6. Now, if you'd use some previous photo programs in the previously, it would start doing like the wallet sizes and all that. Okay, but it will look a little bit different. And I think that, yeah, it doesn't even show that anymore. So basically, it's just kind of putting it on there, isn't it? So that's one way of printing. Okay, let's talk about the other way of printing something. So if we actually pull up the Avery website, okay, I'm blocking, so I'm going to disappear. Okay, bye, but you should still be able to hear me. I'm still here, I promise. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk. So the big thing here is basically you go to the store, you buy some, you know, something like Avery, you go to Walmart or Target or CVS or any of those places, Office Max or something is kind of what I think about mostly. So basically you have this pouch of paper and you're trying to exactly figure out what to do with it. Okay, so usually it'll give like a number on here. I'm going to tell you the easiest way to actually set it up and do it. Okay, we're going to say find a template. It'll actually give you a number, so you could actually type in the number that came with the piece of paper. But because we're just kind of playing around here, we actually won't be doing that. Okay, so well, wait, where's my photos? Hold on a second. That's all labels and stuff. Where's the print stuff? Okay. Unless I'm at the wrong website. Hang on a second. Anyway, these companies actually used to have, there you go, used to have things that actually would print for free, software that would come with them to print for free, but now they've all switched over to actually doing, they give you a template. Oh, I could throw that in there too. Where's my photo stuff? Apparently I'm at the wrong place. I'll have to figure this out in just a second. But they're talking about shapes and folders and stuff. It's not what I want. Okay, let me look real quick here. Sorry about that. No. Okay. Well, apparently they have changed something, so I will have to figure that one out. Let's see, I'll label it under cards and stuff. Okay, well, all I can tell you is what I've done in the past, unless they have changed something. Yeah, unless I'm at the wrong Avery or something. Anyway, but used to the big thing is you'd go here, you'd find the number that was on the sheet, you type it in here, it would pull up your papers, and now, of course, now it looks like they're focusing on not photo paper, but it looks like they're focusing more on actual things like business cards, or whatever. So let's do the cards one. So basically, you choose like business cards, in-book cards, let's see, medium, small tint cards. Like if you're going to do something, there's postcards. And I'm kind of imagining someone doing just, some like invitations or something like that. So let's do some small print cards. And basically the really cool part about it is it actually shows on here. Let me zoom in a little bit here. It actually shows on here what format do you want the template to come in. So the easiest one, of course, is in Word. So if we download our template, I don't want to do that. I just want to download. Nope, I don't want to do that either. Okay, I don't want to give me that. Oh, man. Okay, I guess it is going to require me to give them an email address. So, okay, so it's going to make me do all that. I guess if you already had the paper, then you could do it that way too. But I actually do think that Word does come with the template for that already. So let's see. There's always a way around it, isn't it? Okay, so instead of doing that right now, I'll just go ahead and do the template search. So I've opened up Word. I know these work. You just do new and you type here, like if you're going to do the photo printing or anything like that. I'm not sure why that's not on the website right now. But if I look at oh, those are all full screen thing. I'll do the business card stuff then. Nope. Okay, so we do our template. And if you buy whatever it is, and you can pull it up, like this one has a pre-made one. So you basically just go in there, and if you want it to be new, hang on, I don't want that to be, hold on a second. Well, my example is falling apart, isn't it? All right, so usually, and I guess I'm just on the wrong website or whatever, but usually all I do is I go here, go to the website, I download the little template that matches whatever I bought. So that's still possible. Maybe Avery isn't doing all the templates anymore, which is actually very surprising for the photos. But anyway, we're talking about the photos at home, and I don't want to spend too much time on that. So I'll just kind of leave it there. That they do have the templates on there, and see what's available in the store for printing. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we talked about printing at home. Let's go ahead and let's talk about printing online, okay? Now I'm actually going to use, as an example, of course, Google Photos is what we talk about in the other class. And I'll go there. All right, so I'm at Google Photos. Okay, I've pulled up an album. So we have this nice plant that we want to print, and you'll actually see a little section here. Okay, now this is of course after you've used the Google Photos app. I won't go into too much over that too much. Just realize you do of course have to get your pictures up there to Google Photos for them to be able to be viewable on here. Okay. So if I go up here to the little order photos, it'll say things like, do you want to do a photo book, which is like a virtual scrapbook, or do you want to do photo prints? I'm going to do photo prints right now. And it's going to say, okay. Now, a lot of folks, the misconception, and one of the reasons why to talk about this, of course, is a lot of folks will say, okay, well, I don't know if I want to print anything with Google or whatever. Well, guess what? The Google doesn't actually print anything. It actually is connecting up with other companies like Walmart and CVS. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. We have here where it says available is 4x6, 5x7, and of course 8x10 as well. So I'm going to do start. And because we're already in an virtual album that I already created, we can actually just very easily choose how many things we want, and of course filling out when they come and stuff. You could actually choose them to come in the mail, or you can choose them to pick up within an hour. It's showing a little bit of photo editing here. Okay, so we have our picture, we have how many we want, and I'll go ahead and click next. And now it's going to talk about our location. So if we do our area code, it'll pop up and say the Walmart in Evans, CVS in Evans, the other Evans that we have, CVS in Martinez, and this kind of plays into getting it printed within an hour or so. Okay, so let's choose. We'll play around. We'll do the Walmart, Super Walmart in Evans, and then see what it says. Now I've told it 11 pictures. Okay. So right now we're talking about $2.75. Okay. You can set it up to pay in the store if you want to, or you can do it virtual if you wanted to as well. Okay. Of course, would they ask for your credit card information? Yes, of course they would. But you can order it directly from here. You can also do this with the Google Photos app as well. And then boom, you have your pictures over there waiting for you. And it even says a statement here, ready between 4 and 5 p.m. Now, I'll tell you another thing that you can do as well. So I've actually had a friend that would actually do this. One of the things that's interesting is to have someone that lives like in another state, and you actually want to send them some pictures to get printed and you paying for them. Well, did you see that I could choose different? I don't have to choose exactly in my area code. I could choose a different area code, a different CVS, different Walmart, and actually choose that. And one of the things about that is, let's say I called up a family member and said, hey, I'm going to print some pictures for you, just as a fun thing so that you'll have them and you can go pick them up within an hour, and I already paid for them. Okay. So that could be a gift as well, just a kind of a nice surprise. Go pick up the pictures. I sent them there and they're ready. Okay. So that could actually be a neat project as well. What a lot of folks will do, I won't say the age group, but some folks will do is they'll actually take the pictures, put pictures that have been printed on strings, and even have clotheslining pins on there to be able to kind of hold it up in their room. It's kind of like a, I don't know, just some neat things, the different way to hold pictures on the wall, and it's kind of a neat way of doing it as well. And it's very, very low cost too. But of course they want to have the pictures to be able to print. Even though we can see lots of pictures on screens and stuff, it is nice to actually have a printed picture in our hand. Okay. It's like having more than one screen at a time. Okay. All right. So any questions about that? So I'm actually going to go back to our next section here. Let's go back to our handout and let's talk about some other ways of printing as well. So we talked about printing at home. We also talked about using Google to print. Like I said, we're going to do our virtual scrapbook in just a minute here. There's some other places that some people absolutely love. Shutterfly. A big thing about Shutterfly is they do a lot of promotion. It's not really a discount. It's like a promotion. Like they'll even give away a free photo book. So be on the lookout for that. I can see in the fall maybe them doing stuff like that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about a different company. And I've actually printed, and my mouse has disappeared for some reason. So I can't see. Hold on. Why is that? There it is. The mouse disappeared. Okay, so you may have seen a commercial for like free prints now. I've actually used it. I do like it, so I guess I'd recommend it. And so this is, like I said, I'm only recommending stuff I personally used. So this is it's mostly an app. The idea of this is to really kind of push you to being able to, instead of importing pictures to your computer, you actually just have them on your phone, took some pictures, and here you go. Now, they are big on, there is no subscription service, and except for getting like, it depends on what kind of newsletter you want. Just an email newsletter, then they don't bug me. They'll say stuff like, oh, well, we're giving out 10 free pictures this month if you order, the 80, that they call it free, but the price really isn't that much. It's still less than $10 to get all the pictures and stuff. I will tell you this, I felt like the pictures were higher quality than getting them printed at one of those kiosks, because you have to realize that they're not just being printed basically by like an inkjet printer. They're actually being printed probably with a nicer laser, or they're using real photography, not real photography, but like digital photography onto paper stuff. We're still what we were talking about. We're not burning anything in like, film, I guess you could say. So the big thing about that is I did feel like the pictures were higher quality than just printing them at a kiosk. Okay. But do remember those kiosks too. You can not just tell it to print at the kiosk, but to actually the store to print them instead of just like the little kiosk printer. Okay. So let's talk about you can get up to 1,000 photos free. What that really means is there's 80 free photos you can get a month. Where does the actual charge come in? You are just paying, it's less than $10. I think I paid like $7 for 80 pictures, which was really good. The only thing that they really wanted to do is they'd say, okay, well, It'll be, you know, this much more if you want double prints. It'll be this much more if you want a few more prints. Do you want them to be higher glossy prints? Do you want, they gave me a whole bunch of different options. And then they were like, well, do you want to get like a photo book album? I'm like, oh, okay. And that was it. So you say no, 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 no to everything that they ask you, and then you get the stuff free. But the real convenience here, of course, is to actually just have the app on your phone. Spend time to select the photos on your app. It adds them, and then basically the real cool part about it, of course, is once you've done it, you know, once, it makes it really easy. Click, 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 click. You know, you hit buy. Okay. So there's no commitment. Like I said, they'll send me a newsletter, you know, it's like once a month, every 2 weeks or so, and that's it. Okay. They're not a buggy company, which is nice. At least right now, you never know. But I was very happy with the prints that I got. It was pretty low cost, and they even have a little video I'll show real quick.
Are all your photos just sitting on your phone doing nothing? Print them with free prints and get them into your life. And here's the best part. Free Prints lets you print them all for free. That's right, more than 1,000 prints a year for free. No subscriptions, no commitments. You just pay shipping. That's why we're free printers. Get the Free Prints app for iPhone and Android at freeprints.com.
And of course, the app is free as well. So I'd recommend them. I've ordered 2 sets individually from them. See, like right there, their limited free prints are just 1 print. But of course, I'm sure the next month you could probably go back in there and reprint them again if you wanted to. Oh, they've upped it to 85. Okay, because the last time I was there, it was 80. So they're 4x6. They do offer other sizes for different prices and stuff. But like I said, it's never more than just like less than $10 or whatever. So I liked them. I thought it worked really well. Now, the other ones that they offer is they do a photo book one as well. So this could actually be one that you actually have an app on your phone. Go through there. Now, I don't know all the options on there. In a minute, we'll do our virtual scrapbook, and you'll see that we get a whole bunch of different options from Walmart. Okay, I will tell you one of the things that I did get, and I did get one of the tiles. And I'm going to show that in a second. But this is that one here. So I assume the rest of the products are kind of like this. But I did do one of the tiles. I think it was like $8.95 or something. But it was really neat. The only thing they want to do is like they'll say, okay, well, we'll print 2 of them for you. And I think another one was that they had one that had a little bit of a nicer back. But the back is kind of plastic, and you can just stick it to the wall pretty easily. And I thought it was pretty high quality and nice, and I've had 2 printed from them, you know, like that. So they're nice. They come like this, and like I said, it's like already having a set already. It's an 8x8, and then they want you to kind of have an idea of making kind of art out of it. But if you don't want to do that, just kind of realize it's a high quality picture, and it really wasn't that much. And the best part is it already has the back on it. They even sent me a leveler, which was kind of neat. So it was like a little bubble leveler. So that's, again, just an app that you put on your phone and you order. And the free, like I said, it was like $8.99 or something like that for what they call shipping and handling. So kind of low cost. The only thing is I feel like some folks may feel like they're being held back because it says free, but shipping and handling, there you go right there. So maybe their cost is just really low because they're really doing a whole lot of different printing. Now they have other options on here too, and we'll look at that when we look at the Walmart one. I'm just kind of sharing more options. Personalize each one. There you go. And these actually, let's see. I don't think it's this one, but there's actually another one where, and I don't have that one listed. I'll have to look that one up. There's actually one where you can actually choose pictures and you give an address and they'll actually send someone, you give them the person's address and a note, and it's basically an app that will send, I haven't used it personally, it's an app that actually will send someone a postcard. Give me one second. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. If you know it, kind of shout it out. I'm trying to remember which one I had seen, but I'm not pulling it up exactly the one that I was talking about. Let's see. I think this is it. I believe this is it. Yeah, I think this is it. It's like Post Snap, but the interesting part about it is its big thing is that it will do actual postcards, okay? It'll print pictures too, but you can actually send someone, take a picture, add some words to it, actually give a message on here, and they will do it, okay? So it's not you getting a picture and trying to figure out when you're going to have time to do whatever. And again, you just use a credit card and they'll actually send it. It said that it'll send it for like $275 is what it will do. And I could imagine, again, this could be, you send it to someone, it'll be something stuck on their refrigerator for a while and kind of a neat keepsake, especially us staying home and staying safe and stuff like that. Now's a good time to kind of do stuff like this and, you know, kind of think about other folks, let them know that you're thinking about them. And I really like that there's a message on the back as well at kind of a low cost. And I do believe it does have a, let's see, where is it? Yeah, but it's got a rating out going down there. And I think I saw some more reviews on here as well. But it's called Post Snap, okay? So it's just kind of a neat idea. Want to send someone a postcard? Just sitting in your chair where you can do it right there. And there you go. So I haven't used that one before. But like I said, they do. But they do other printing as well. But it looks like this one, their big one, is they try to focus on the postcard. So kind of a cool idea. Okay, so let's go ahead. And again, we're talking about our other gifts. Like I said, there's even decoupage stuff. Is a good idea as well to make your photos. So kind of imagine you could get some cheap photos printed that we're talking about and even make a child's table out of it, cut up some pictures, do decoupage on it, seal it, and then it could be a really neat keepsake, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about our other one here. This is one that I've seen some commercials for. It's called Fractured. It's fractureme.com. And this one I haven't done myself or anything, but they actually print your photo on glass, okay? Now this is not as cheap a this is not as cheap a gift, I guess you could say. They're even doing a discount. No, hang on. They're even doing a discount there to let us know about it a little bit. Hang on, it's got to reload. So we actually go down, and I was last time I was here, they actually had a video. So they're talking about very small little ones. I guess that is, let's see, what size would that be? $17, $14, $45, $95. Okay, so you get a little bit bigger than. That looks actually a pretty good size for 45, but let's talk about being cheap right now. I like talking about being cheap and then more costs later if you did want to do something. So if we look at, okay, we're not gonna, okay, I'll upload a picture real quick. so we've cropped the photo, that's fine. Okay, good. Okay, so here's our sizes. Now we're kind of getting into the gist of it, aren't we? Ooh, man. It's only 4 by 6, okay? That's the size of like a normal photo that we're getting printed, but it is on glass. I will tell you that. So it is unique. So wow, that's a really small picture. Okay. Yeah, for 20 bucks. That's very unique, I guess. I think this is talking about the measurements. My photo would have to be higher quality. This is a stock photo that we use for our GIMP Photoshop editing class. So it actually is pretty high resolution. So if anytime you did get a thing that says, hey, I can't print or whatever, it may be because your picture is not high quality enough, okay? And you may not want to print a picture that's low quality and pay for it to be as big as something like this, like, 20 by 15 or something. Okay, so here's 9 by 7, okay? Still smaller than 8 by 11. Well, a little bit different for $45, okay? So I guess this would be one of those. This is a similar to the 8 by 8. Now remember, the other tile that I was just talking about was just a square picture. It is a high quality picture, but this is something that's unique, okay? So it being 45 and being unique, I can understand that. But the other thing I was talking about is very lightweight, so you can actually use the wall stickers to stick the picture to the wall. This, I'm not sure how heavy this would be. It even talks about it needing a stand. Because remember, this is a piece of glass. Okay. I wish I'm going to go back a second and see if I can find the video, because maybe I haven't fully explained this yet. So they usually have a video on here. Hang on. That's not it. It's interesting because you'll see all these commercials for services or something, and then you actually go to their website and you go, well, why don't you have the commercial on here so I can just click it and look and see. Okay, so it's glass. Printed, it's actually printed on glass. It's not behind the glass. It's not really the, let's see this. This isn't the commercial, I think.
Every fracture print starts with a moment. Each day, our entire team comes together to help you capture those moments by printing your photos directly on glass. This is how it works.
My name is John Mamo, and I am the stocking manager and the machine room manager. Everything we make starts out as large sheets of durable glass, which arrive at our workshop along with raw materials for the hanging hardware, backing, and packaging.
And it's all put together by hand right here in Gainesville, Florida. We turn those sheets of glass into all of our fracture print sizes by scoring the glass and snapping it by hand, all while reducing waste. Next, we soften the edges of each piece with a grinder to make it safe to handle and create a soft, rounded highlight on the edge of each print. Once that's done, we clean off all of the dust and particles with our heavy-duty washer.
At the same time the glass is being prepared, our team uses a special cutter which creates matching sizes of our backing material, which will be adhered to the print later in the process.
Now it's time to print.
Okay, the first part of the printing process is that we lay the glass down directly onto the print bed, and the printer shoots directly onto the glass. It shoots every color except for white, and the UV lamp instantly cures that ink on there. So as soon as I pick it up, that ink is dry and ready for the next step.
In order to create rich and vibrant color with an additional layer of scratch protection, we add a thick layer of white ink onto the back of the glass after the image has been printed. We carefully inspect each print by hand, comparing it to your original digital image to ensure colors and contrast are accurate and everything looks great. Now we adhere your print with our mounting foam backs. This foam layer also adds more protection to keep the ink and glass from scratching or cracking. We do one final visual inspection of the print to ensure it's exactly what you want, and send it off to be packed and shipped.
I work in fulfillment at Fracture, primarily doing quality control, but also assembly and shipping. We developed our own packaging that minimizes waste and doesn't use styrofoam, packing peanuts, or even bubble wrap. All your prints are packed together safely and securely for their trip.
That's the journey every Fracture print makes from our workshop to you. We're here to help you celebrate your stories, moments, and adventures. We can't wait to see what you come up with next.
That was very informative. So they actually put a layer of white ink on the back. That's very interesting. Okay, so that's one gift idea that's a little bit newer. Okay. And you see the cost is there, but it is USA made. And making sure that it's perfect. They are doing a good quality check on that. Looks like they have like a little bit of stand there for $4. So we've actually learned the main price of that, the cost of it, and also getting it printed as well. So it's a very unique gift. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start talking about doing our virtual scrapbook. Okay, so we've talked about all these main things. Okay, doing stuff with our projects. We've talked about decoupage a little bit, and let's go ahead and let's start talking about our photos with Walmart. Okay. It's photos.walmart.com, which will take you here. Now they have lots of stuff. Now you can actually set it up two ways. There's ones that you can actually have printed in the store. Things like the books, they actually send those off and they'll actually ship those to you. Okay. You may be able to pick those up at the store, but I do know it's not a walk in and it's ready. So again, we're trying to focus on kind of gift ideas. Now, you may have heard me talk about in the other class that you may have a box of old photos and you may say, hey, I want to share this with family members or really, really young family members. You've seen some pictures where someone says, even the Ancestry.com commercial has one. They go, this is like your grandmother. And they go, wow, I've never seen this picture before. And I'm like, yeah, because it's probably in a box somewhere, but at least now they've got it on their iPad. Okay. But do you realize if you make a copy of a picture, you're more likely to share that picture, okay? Or if you are given a different family members, maybe a photo book of Ancestry stuff. If you've done some research in Ancestry, think about an Ancestry book where they can actually go there. It has some stories listed in there, has the people's names, and they don't have to think about it or even, try to remember. Now, who was this? Well, in the photo book, it's got their name on it. Okay. So with the photo book, you can take it, give it to someone that's younger, looking at it. And because it's a copy, you're not as concerned as, it getting damaged because you still have original copy, of course, a digital copy as well. Okay. And of course, digital copy makes it easy to share. So this is showing a little bit about some of the stuff that they have, and I'm going to scroll down here. So the photos.walmart.com with the prints and everything, the available, the cards and everything, of course, and we're going to talk about the virtual photo books. Most of these companies are now calling it photo books. But virtual scrapbook is still, I want it to be pushed because after all, as a virtual scrapbook, you can do so much more than it just being photos. Okay. Also pictures and other neat products, things like blankets, and of course the classic, coffee mug, and putting a picture on a coffee mug, or other types of glasses as well. So it doesn't just have to be a coffee mug. It could be on bottles, all kinds of really neat, fun gift ideas. Okay. And the big thing about if you do something like this, then you kind of, know who you're trying to get a gift for somebody. Uh-oh. A little error there. And of course, it talks about free shipping on certain orders. There we go, $35. we're actually going to talk about one of the cheapest photo books they have on here, so it probably will show a cost on there. But if you buy something from here, I bet if you just buy something from Walmart, it'll come up. Walmart's unique now because they're actually going to start a monthly subscription service, and I don't know all the exact details of that, so I won't go into that. You can look that up in the news, but it also includes things like going to the store, using your cell phone to pay for stuff while you're in the store, and you can just walk out, and other things of free 2-day shipping and stuff, and trying to be kind of like an Amazon situation. Okay, so here's some really neat ideas. Of course, classic mugs, but now they're kind of up the game a little bit more with some of these other bottles and stainless steel stuff. And here's kind of like a Yeti cup right here with someone's picture on it or whatever. Another fun idea is to maybe get someone that has like a Cricut machine to be able to do some stenciling with or some, even your stenciling yourself. You could do that, I guess. You get like a generic Yeti cup and then either get a Cricut thing where you put the person's initials on it, or even use like a spray paint thing. I won't even go into that, but that's another gift idea. But yeah, so here's our photos and stuff on our pictures, and of course you can write stuff on there as well. So let's go ahead back. Let's start talking about some of our other, hit back. All right, so let's talk about some of our other ideas. Of course, the cards, posters, pillows, even, I think that's supposed to be a keychain, but it says jewelry for some reason. Maybe they do have jewelry with people's pictures on it. That would be fun. Okay, so talking about all kinds of stuff, kind of like a centerpiece. And of course, they do prints as well, large ones. That's interesting. Huh. That's kind of beyond. That is actually a key hook. That's an interesting idea. That would have to be kind of hefty. Is that just for keys? Let's see. How big is this? 12 by 30. Yeah, it'd be kind of big. There you go. Hold 50 pounds. There you go. It's an interesting idea. Okay, wall art, pillows, all kinds of stuff, wedding, all kinds of stuff. So one of the issues is we are kind of dealing with, you want to do something that's unique, want to do something creative, you want to see that the person feels kind of like them or whatever. Especially it's hard to get something that they say, what do you want? And they're like, I don't know. So a photo gift is a good idea, and they have lots of stuff on here. Here's the pick up today stuff. Oh, it does say same day gift. Maybe they can print them in the store. We'll see. Let's see. Cards, wall art, blankets, mugs, photo books. So let's go ahead and go to our photo books. Okay. Now, it's talking about 20% off photo books. Okay. So let's start talking about our photo books, our virtual scrapbooks. Okay. So most of the time there's soft cover and there's hard cover. And I will tell you a cool story. So I was actually able to go out of the country, did some traveling, and made some new friends. And one of the things I did was when we were like travel places, like in groups and stuff, we would actually take like group pictures and lots of photos. And I actually was uploading them to like the Google Photos and stuff to kind of share them with everybody else. So I did. I kind of shared them with everybody, sent them like links in the email to share those albums. And before I was actually leaving, one of the friends I met actually had printed up a virtual scrapbook of our travels and wrote little notes on it and stuff, and actually gave it to me before we left, was getting on a plane. So you never know, maybe even just making someone something, even in a short period of time, giving it to them before they leave or something, that could be a really neat thing to do. Okay, so if we look at our list here, and a lot of folks will say, well, how much does that cost? But it costs a lot. So usually when we talk about classes like this, I do want to do all the steps and show, okay, what is the shipping and handling? How much will it actually cost? Okay. So we're definitely going to do that. And it looks like they're doing a discount right now. That's awesome. What do we see? Something like 20% off was listed on here somewhere. Hold on. Where's the thing? What, did I go too far? Yeah, 20% up to 20% off. So it's showing that the usual $17 hardcover is $13.56. Now, we did see something to the effect of $35, up to $35 free shipping if you buy something $35 or more. So you'll have to work that out yourself. There may be a way that you could actually get more than one gift, make it equal $35, and then you'll have more stuff because instead of paying any kind of shipping or anything. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about we'll talk about one of the small ones here. Oh, it's listed as 17. So these are really cheap. The 5x7 hardcover book. Okay. That's a hardcover. So they're usually soft cover and hardcover. So here is, and it doesn't say, but this is the one that we usually look at, and it's like a soft cover. There's a nice hardcover. There's a soft cover ones we usually look at to talk about our price being cheap. Some of them do have liners on it. That's cool. A whole, the back side, when you lay it flat, is just one picture. Oh, we have a little video. Okay, let's check out our video here. Very nice, except for the repetitive music. Okay, so that was definitely a hardcover one and choosing the sides of it. But let's talk about our price and stuff. So right now we're talking about a 5x7 hardcover for $13.50. So let's go ahead, and I want to usually talk about the one that's less than 20. So let's do an 8x11 here, and we'll choose soft cover. Okay, so when I click here, it actually pops up and it shows us, do we want something that's like full photos? Okay. Want something that's kind of a classic. It's already trying to kind of push us to what kind of design do we want? Okay. And I think except for, because we can choose these later too, but you can see that some of these are kind of neat examples. Okay. And imagine like a wedding gift or something. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click on this one that just says, we'll click classic white right now because we can actually choose any type what we want in a second. I'll show you how to do that. So basically pops up 8x11, I think is a good size for a book. This is something that if you wanted something really small, remember most pictures are printed 4x6. Okay. So this is just a little bit bigger than kind of a normal print book. We're actually going to choose a soft cover. Okay. And if we choose hardcover, you'll see our price changes. Now they're having the hardcovers on sale right now. So basically $1 more, you could get a hardcover one. Okay. That one I don't really, not that interested in that because I want a full leather. Wow. Okay. Interesting. 32 for what? Okay. Premium. And what would that do? But if I get this, it basically looks the same. I'm sure there's a difference in there somewhere. But I'm going to stick to my usual. Let's do our soft cover. Still trying to look at our cheapest one right now. So if you do this, the sale or whatever, because they don't always have the sale here, there you go right there. So let's do soft cover. Oh, hardcover, same day pickup. Wow. Okay. Within 24 hours. Okay. 24-hour pickup. Let's see, same day, soft cover. Okay, so let's stick with that. And it'll give us some options here. Let's go ahead and hit create. All right, here's the fun part. Let's get our pictures in here. So basically, once you know what pictures you want to do, you basically just kind of choose them, okay? And then hit open. We'll have to give it a minute. All right, we're gonna hit add. I got 7 pictures, and they should load here on the left side. It's loading. It's a loading. On the left side, it's loading, and it's done. Okay, so when we actually look at our book here, we can flip through. Now, because we've just chosen just the plain one, I'm going to go ahead and let's jump down to where it says design here, okay? Because I do know that if we play around with the design settings, it actually will reset the whole theme, okay? So right now, here's our back cover, just one little picture. And then here's a thing, just a normal kind of picture here, and it kind of flips to the internal inside cover. Says is blank. You put your picture here, and I'll talk about those others in just a second. Because each individual page, we can choose the layout, whatever we want. But let's look at our designs. Right now we're in classic. This is kind of full screen. This is all just to kind of get you ready, okay? So if we choose here. And it'll kind of choose. And you like that? So a lot of the time what this means too is if you, whatever theme you choose, you can actually make it have a background, or you may just want to keep it white or black. That's fine. And they also have some themes on here, see, to kind of help you get started. It kind of has a fade to it, I guess. Oh, it's like a piece of wood. Okay, I kind of like that actually. There you go. It looks like each page kind of gets a little bit of a different background to it. I guess someone would say it has earth tones if it's just a piece of wood. Okay, so hopefully I'm giving you some ideas. I do know that there's like wedding ones in here, vacation ones. There you go. Let's go somewhere. I like that. Adventure is calling. That's a really neat layout. Neat little sayings on each one. Be happy. Let's see. This is, I don't know. But I do know that they have ones that specifically are like birthday. And if you do show more, you'll see that there is a ton of these. So as you can see, they have plenty of templates. It was kind of neat. It's kind of like bubbles or something, which is kind of special. Okay. I think I might choose that wood one because I really like that one actually. Okay, another travel one. Yeah. I kind of like the first wood one though. I was looking for one particularly that was like a wedding. Kind of a wedding. All right. I know there's one on here that specifically it shows wedding. Okay, or maybe they're just like laid out. Okay, there's graduation. That's cool. Big dreams. Okay, so we kind of did an overview on that. I'm going to go to the one that looked like wood on here. Hey. Family. Yeah, okay. So now that I've kind of chosen my background, and you'll see this is going to change. So I'm going to go back to photos, and let's do our big, all I do is a drag and drop. Okay. And let's see. And I'm actually going to make our changes. So let's say I want to change my layout. All I got to do is I click layout, and it shows me all the different kind of layouts that are here and available. Now, of course, the template has a few on here. Okay. And remember, since these are kind of printing in high quality, the backgrounds you want to make sure are high quality too. And some of these are set up for you to, you know, write things there, I guess. And definitely take advantage of that. Make little notes or something. Okay, so let's look, if we keep scrolling down here. Right now it's only showing single photo layouts. Okay, there we go. So you keep scrolling, and then you can change the layout, like add 2 pictures or something. Okay, so if we go back to my photos, let's see, so bloop and bloop. And if I need to move it around, so all you do is just grab it. You can change the size of it, and you can also say edit as well. So if I click edit, it actually allows me to even grayscale it if I want to, add a little bit of a filter here at the last second. Here's my crop zoom in. This allows me to tilt it if it's tilted wrong, and here's allows me to do the brightness. Oh look, they even have a little bit of a red eye editor right here. Okay, and a rotator as well. Okay, now let's do the right side, choose a different layout. It went all the way back, so I'll scroll down a bunch here. Yeah, 2 layout, that's what I want. Or even let's look at, where's the 3 one? And these backgrounds are all, you know, the template that I chose. There you go, there's 3. All right, let's see, do I want them that way? That's kind of unique. So what I would recommend is if you do have some pictures that are not high resolution, just realize you don't have to print those full photo book, okay? You could actually choose for it to just be maybe a smaller picture. Like this is one, if you have a lower resolution picture, you could put it here. And as long as it's not coming up and saying, because in class we've had it happen before where there's a few lower resolution pictures I was trying to upload, and it'll give a warning. And then all you need to do is basically choose a different template. Make it small, because if you make a small picture big, it'll look bad. But you can make a big picture small, and it'll look just as good, just smaller. So you could choose kind of a, oh, this would be neat for like panorama pictures. I bet that would work. Kind of a lengthwise. So a lot of different options on here. Having 3 photos, that's kind of neat. I'm going to do that. All right, so get our guy on there. Straighten her out. Let's see, get our soldier on here. Okay, now let's start now. Realize we're just kind of playing around with it a little bit. We might do a little bit more here. But here's a big one. So can you add text? So let's talk about our text. Yes. So you could actually click here and give some words. Let's say you had a picture of the soldier guy. Well, let's do a new one here, and I'll bring the soldier in. So you could actually, and some of these do have the text on here, but with the text you can actually add the text anywhere. Okay, so do realize that you can add the text anywhere. So let's say this is Grandpa Bob. Okay, it's good old Grandpa Bob. And could you actually say more text on there? Sure. You know, was in World War II. There you go. So not only can you, of course, say names, but you could actually use this as like a notes. So imagine giving this to a family member, having the picture, having the name with it. Kind of imagine what people would write on the back of photos. We don't really have that now. Mostly people, if they're doing like social media or something, they might write on a picture, but it's not something they're going to really keep. But this is kind of doing like a photo book, having information on there, giving it to somebody, and then saying, and the cool part about it is not only could you give this to someone, but you, let's say, could print 2 of them at a time. So you have a copy and they have a copy. Or let's say it's siblings, you can send it to more than one person, and then they have it too. So I could even imagine someone having the pictures in a box somewhere, getting the pictures, getting them digitally. Let's say if they have a lot of siblings, and then instead of just sending the pictures digitally, which they probably can, also put it in a photo book, and then they can share it with their family as well. And it'll be keepsake forever. So photo books aren't going away. We're just getting a little bit smarter with them. And of course, make a copy. The biggest thing about digital pictures in general, if it's important enough, have it in 2 places. Okay. So here it allows you to change the text color, all kinds of stuff. What does a decorative pattern mean? Oh, of course, I choose the one that. Oh. Huh. So I could choose it personally. I think black was fine there. Yeah, okay. So you can choose that, and I also like how it kind of lightens the background a little bit too. And you have some other options. You could bold it if you want to. I don't really see much happening there. Or choose a different font, of course. You always want to make sure it's very legible. It's all capital letters. Yeah. Okay, so it's collegiate, graduate. So a lot of choices here with our fonts. Let's see. I like handwritten stuff, but the problem is you want to make sure that it's very easy to read. That's why we print stuff, is so that we can read it, make it easier for other people to read as well. But it can be fun at times. You just have to make sure that it's very legible. Rock salt. And I will tell you this, something that's basically stating something's past or whatever, or family history, you definitely don't want to make it look like it's a joke. And you could actually do that with some of these fonts being very silly. Okay, so that's important as well. Cookie? No. Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, good. Jane, you like that? Okay, good. It is very relaxing. One of the things is a lot of folks will put a lot of time in to choose what pictures they want. Okay, so it can be really neat to look back over your pictures. Try try to figure out exactly which ones you want as well. Now, with the book we chose, we can actually have 20 pages, okay? Well, 19 pages, the front and the cover and the back as well. And if I go here, I could actually add, let's see, you know, family history. I don't want it to be the whole thing. Hold on. There we go. And I'll show you a little bit of the design thing that I like to do. So I go to the picture here, and I could actually, I want it to be, let's see. I kind of go with black and white on this one. So if I apply that, then when you look at the picture here, it might need a little bit of a background. Can I do that here? Let's see. Oh, that's choosing your own, I guess. Maybe moving it to here would be good. There you go. And I think I'll change it back to black again. And of course, this is that whole thing of everything we've done in the other classes. This is when you would draw on that and you say, okay, well, I really want this to look like in the Photoshop GIMP class. One of the things we did was we learned how to make things kind of like a comic book or anything like that. Of course, we could resave the picture, do any kind of filtration we want, make it to look brighter in a way. So if we would make that brighter, what does that look like? I don't really see where that's. I don't know. I have to think about that. Maybe a little bit. It's more like the filter is more or less what you want. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I would rather let it be kind of more of a fun filter on there than just making it black and white in this instance. Okay, so we're kind of been getting our pictures together. We kind of getting what our stories we want to be about our pictures. Big thing is if you're really going to do a history thing, you really should do timeline and have years on there as well. Okay, so is this more than just a photo book? Oh, absolutely, you can make it more than a photo book because you can put text in there. So this kind of goes back to the scrapbooking. Okay, I personally never did the scrapbooking, but I did have some people that I did know that got really big into it. And I do remember years and years and years ago, the library actually had a scrapbooking club where they would get together and cut out their pictures and have their pieces and all kinds of stuff. But this is similar to that because we can kind of add anything we want. And again, because we can import any pictures we want, we could use this more or less as kind of a blank canvas of exactly what we want to do and changing the layout, adding more pictures. Wow, there's a 12 picture one. That's way too much. But let's see. Choosing a different design. More than just full screen pictures. Giving it some character, making little notes on it. Gives it more of a vision of exactly what you're trying to do. Okay? Nice little portrait one here. Oh, I know what I can do real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I want it to be like a full screen. So if I actually added, let's see. So if we go and we actually upload the collage that I made, here's the collage. I know the collage doesn't have a lot of pictures on it, but for our example, you know, it's just an example. All right, it's uploading it. And here's our collage. So again, and that's cool because I kind of had a wood grain idea. So now, look, our collage just kind of fits right in. It is squished a little bit. Squished. Yeah, it's squished. No, I don't want to crop it. Hold on. Okay. Where did I... Okay, that's better. All right, that's better. I still feel like it's stretched a little bit. This may have its limitations of what I can do to actually fix that, but there you go right there. So let's go ahead and finish up our scrapbook here. Okay. Now, if I go here and I'll click next, it'll actually give us a preview of all our pages. So, give a preview of all our pages. You can click on it anytime, go back and make changes. So, family history, pulling this up. It's got, I added the text on this one here. This one with their pictures, added text here. Here's the photo montage that collage I made before. Okay, so if this has limitations, remember you can make anything using the Photoshop or GIMP software, and then actually use Photo Collage or any kind of other software too. Now it'll come down here and show us our other pages are actually blank, but let's add to cart. Like I said, we're going to do our part here, and it says one or more photo boxes is actually empty. I'm okay with that right now. That will not lessen our price in any way. That just means that we need to, and I'm putting my zip code in here. It'll calculate the shipping and stuff. Okay, so it's fine for right now. Okay, so it comes up. It's 8 by 11. It's the soft cover one. We actually saw there's a sale, so you could get a hardcover one for $1 more. Here's the home delivery. Okay, and there's the site-to-site store. If they ship it to the store, that means it doesn't cost. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do. Oh, I typed in the wrong zip code, didn't I? So let's do checkout. Pops up, says delivery will be $4. And then it will be $22.96. Now, like I said, you could possibly do, you know, get $35 worth of stuff. You could get the $35 worth of stuff, and then the shipping may be free. So you just kind of have to kind of look into that to see kind of what you're interested in. Okay, to see how that works out, but. There you go right there. So not only are there many different ways that you can print, okay, you can do home printing if you want to, or you can do quick ship to the, you can do home printing, or you can do something like the Google Photos, upload the pictures that way. Of course, you could go to the photos.walmart.com and directly upload photos to be printed as well. Okay, they do allow that. And I believe they'll let us do that. So I can show that as an example. They talk about their prints. Sarnet, 9 cents a print. Can't do much better than that, can we? Our photos, 25 cents. Home deliveries, 9 cents. There you go, collage printing. So they do have a little bit of a collage built in there. Posters. We'll look at their little video real quick. Okay. Wasn't exactly what I was thinking, but there we go. It's talking about our prices on here and talks about the different examples of printing. Okay. So if I actually did choose one of these, let's choose this. All I would do is exactly the same thing I've already done. Check box the ones that you're interested in. They add. And then you basically choose which ones you want and how much it would cost. Okay. So if it's uploading them still. All right, so right now we're talking about 63 cents. 4 by 6, 63 cents. And if I do add to cart, it says it's home delivery, 3 to 5 business days. Let's see, prices. Let's see, 160, price side 25 cents. Let's see, home delivery. Okay. Add to cart. Pops up. Let's see. Oh, it's including the other. I'm sorry. It's including the other thing as well. So don't freak out about that price, okay? The shipping should, yeah. So let's see if I remove this. There you go. 63 cents. Check out. And it says home delivery would be $4. Okay. So $4.63 would be the price. Okay. So you may want to get more pictures than just 7 pictures. Okay. But there you go right there. Now if I chose site to store, 63 cents, checkout. And guess what? Pickup is free. So if you have it shipped to the store, it actually is no shipping and handling, and it would be 63 cents. Okay. All right. Now, can I get any better than that? Okay. I don't think I can. So one option we do have, of course, is shipped to the store. If you did do some kind of deal with these, that it was, free shipping, things that are $35 or more, or if they're having some kind of shipping deal, or we do have the plus of having the Walmart. I believe, I'm not sure if I won't say that. Some of the other stores may do something similar. Target may do something similar as well. But I do know Walmart, that's one of their big things is, I guess they feel like the trucks are going to the store anyway. Okay, so we have covered a lot, haven't we? We've talked about printing a postcard and them actually sending it to someone. You don't have to do it. We've also talked about printing on glass. We've talked about some ways that we can actually print different crafts that we've talked about. We've talked about being on printing on cups as well. We've also even talked about using Google Photos to print and talked about their photo books a little bit as well. And we also talked about getting the Free Prints Now app and also their tile service as well. So we talked about a lot of things now, haven't we? So we're basically coming to the end of class, and I'll basically be asking if anybody has any other questions or anything like that. So I'll kind of leave it open to any questions. And I'll go ahead and start talking about some of the classes that we have for the rest of the month. Okay. Like I said, come join me tomorrow. We're going to be doing at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to be doing cut the cable, basics of cord cutting at 11 o'clock. Come join me for that. Like I said, we're going to be talking about antennas. We're going to be talking about using an antenna, pointing in the right direction, getting free TV service, what to expect for the free antenna. Okay. Also, we'll be talking about Amazon Fire stuff, Google Chrome. We'll also be talking about Roku, which is my personal favorite. All the channels will be talking about lots of free stuff, Pluto TV, free Roku TV. And then we'll also be talking about Netflix, Hulu Live TV, and different services like Sling. And also the new service that's come out, Peacock, which has a free version, and it also has a paid version as well. And if you have Comcast internet, you can actually get a free box from, they call it a Flex box, free, just one of them. If you want more than one, then they charge like $5 a month. But a Flex box that will play Netflix, it'll do Hulu, and some Pluto TV, and it also will be the Peacock service as well. So I actually kind of call it the Peacock box. So you can actually get a free Peacock box, and I'll be talking about that tomorrow at 11 a.m. And then join me at 2:30, creating videos and editing basics at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. We'll be editing some videos and also making some slideshows as well. I'll bring in some new stuff and talking about that. And then on Thursday, which will be October 1st, come join me. We're doing some Raspberry projects, so that's a lot of fun. Not 100% sure what we're going to be doing in that class, but you know, with Raspberry Pi, it's always fun to be doing something different. And the last project we did was actually a music box using our buttons. And that's going to be a lot of fun with our wires into our Raspberry Pi. So come join me that on Thursday, okay? And then Thursday afternoon, of course, October 1st, we're going to talk about library resources and apps, and that's included the new Libby free audiobook, free ebook service, so we'll be talking about that too. So come join me then, okay? Just a little bit of a side note, our libraries are open with limited services and hours. Curbside holds pickup is available. If you the service, you just go to gchrl.org to be able to use that service. Is fantastic. Please thank the librarians for doing that. And also you can call in the library from Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, we're trying to do a subscribe-a-thon. Because if we get 100 subscribers, we'll get our own YouTube address. So please hit subscribe to be able to help us in that. Okay. Also, if you're searching for our YouTube channel, just search for GCHRL videos and it'll pop right up. Okay. So thank you for coming. Did you learn something new? I hope so. If not, maybe you've heard some stuff before, and I kind of re-emphasized a few things and shared kind of my experience and stuff and the things I've had printed as well. So look forward to see everybody in a new virtual class. Stay safe and everything. And the wind has died down outside, so it still might be a good day to walk outside and get a little bit of exercise. October's coming, so the good fall weather, of course, is on the way. And all those spooky fun things are on the way too. So have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.